Are we really talking about the Israeli bank stock? It's a long time ago. It's what, 35 years ago? Are we coming up on what might be eligible for a 5 year conversion on a full 40? I mean, that makes sense. Back in the day, 40-year terms on mortgages, or what would be connected to a mortgage, were pretty common. They got less common as time went on. But if you had one of the old original deals, you might think you want to hold on to it and then figure out after 40 years how you're going to collect. Even if you go through Iran Contra, even if you go through the SNL crisis, even if you go through Enron, even if you go through the 2008 banking bailout, even if you go through whatever's going on right now, you're going to try really, really hard to hold on to that and to keep whatever you thought your claim was at the beginning. See, I've been trying for a while to get an understanding of that because I think it had a lot to do with what happened with the Landau Commission on torture. And I think what happened was a bunch of skeezy assholes in Israel and a bunch of skeezy assholes in the United States, specifically in Texas, wanted to do one of their little chemical bank deals, or rather, one of their Ben Love lady games, where you do that thing where you say there's some underperforming accounts. So we're going to have a specific period of time where you could go collect it. And if you don't, then we'll liquidate it. And it's like, don't ask, don't tell. And I think that's what happened to the paradigm that started socially engineering Palestinian society into being Islamic fundamentalist so that we could justify some sort of apocalyptic scenario and paradigm that would also feed into the Christian Zionist narrative of their entitlement to the Holy Land. And it's a lot easier when you can try to manipulate these racist stereotypes of Jews being after the blood of Christian children because that's what the Jewish economy is. And when the Christians in good faith engage with the Israelis around the paradigm, and then those nasty Jewish guys went over the line and defrauded the Christians, then everybody was on the hook, and it was about who could hold out the longest, right? I really think that's what happened. See, my understanding is that for a long time, they just kept issuing stock, knowing that they didn't have what they needed to back it. And that the understanding was it wasn't just Jewish people in Israel that had an interest, and somebody wanted to sit on it for a long time. They wanted to sit on it long enough to bury the information, to have a couple generational changeovers, maybe deal with the demographic experience indicators, maybe flip the temple a couple times. And at some point, I believe recently, that the Israeli political leadership on a certain level agreed to convert. They agreed to convert the Jewish state in order to sell it on the discount market so that the Holocaust that's coming due can be swapped to another ethnic or racial group. That's what I believe is actually happening. I believe that's happening right now. I believe that's what that little joyride, plane ride was. I believe that's part of what I witnessed here in Texas. And it's why there's no actual discussion about how virulently anti Semitic these comptroller codes and these other laws are that people play with when it comes to so many other things connected to people's identity. And right now, because of who's trying to get advantaged by the flip on the next level, you want me to find the nukes and give it to them. But that's not what this is. You know what this is? It's night soil. I read a paper about it. Somebody from another place came up with that term. It's when you take your own biological waste and you remediate it into something that can be useful again. That's what I'm going to do with your crop. I told you on New Year's. I told you on New Year's. And here's the thing, if you can put my ass on the street outside on New Year's and give me the transportation option that literally comes due within a year. There's no fucking way you're going to get off on your 420 scam. I'm sorry, it's not medicine, guys. They're drugs and they're weapons. Deadly, deadly, deadly weapons that are coming for you. Because that's what they did with your stock. So you're not going to get the nukes. And I'm not going to let you get away with selling me and everybody I knew and murdering my family and destroying my country and destroying our way of life because you wanted drugs and you wanted to be drug dealers. You just wanted me to respect you for being a drug dealer, and I don't.